Hello everyone. Hello everyone. This is Ruby Yadav and I am a legal intern at Lexis and Company. I am pursuing my LLB from Miri Professional and Law Institute, MDU Rohtak. I am glad to get this opportunity to represent myself and discuss my topic with all of you. So, today my topic name is maintenance of wife under the Muslim law, and some of its part I have mentioned in my previous video, that is the part 1 of the maintenance of wife under Muslim law, and in this video I am going to discuss the rest of the part under which the Muslim woman can claim the maintenance. In my previous video, I have mentioned and explained that maintenance during the subsistence of marriage, and in this video I am going to discuss the second part, that is the maintenance of the divorced wife. Now, under the Muslim law, the liability of the husband to provide maintenance to wife who is divorced is only limited to iddat period. There are certain case laws or some incidents which changed these concepts, which I am going to discuss in this video. That is, the first incident was the Muhammad Ahmad Khan versus the Shah Banu Begum case that came in existence in the 1985, and in this case it was held that a divorced Muslim woman is entitled for the maintenance even after the expiration of iddat period under section 125 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, that is the CRPC, and if she is unable to maintain herself after the period of iddat till she is not remarried. So this was the judgment under the Shah Banu Begum case, and I'm going to explain what is mentioned under the section 125 of the CRPC. Under the CRPC, there are the list of the persons who are entitled for the maintenance, and they are: the first, wife who is unable to maintain herself; second is the legitimate or illegitimate minor child who are unable to maintain itself; third is the legitimate or illegitimate child who is physically or mentally injured; fourth one is the father, mother who are unable to maintain himself or herself. And section 125 of the CRPC is a secular provision governing maintenance laws across the personal law. So any person can claim the maintenance under the section 125 of the CRPC irrespective of any personal laws. Now, in order to nullify the judgment or the order of the effects of the Shah Banu's decision, Parliament passed the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Divorce Act 1986. In this act, this act limited the liability of husband to pay the maintenance till the iddat period only, which is what mentioned in the Muslim personal law. So this was the same. This act enables the same things which was mentioned under the Muslim personal law. But section 4 of this act says that after the iddat period, if the woman is unable to support herself, her relatives which would have inherited her property would maintain her, and if she has no such relatives, then the Waqf board will pay for the maintenance. This was the overall the provisions under this act. But in Daniel Latifi versus Union of India 2001, the court said that Muslim husband's liability under this act is not limited to the iddat period only. he has to make arrangements within the period of iddat for her wife's maintenance. And court held that the Muslim Women Protection of Right on Divorce Act 1986 as constitutional. So it just twisted the facts of the act, and it um, gives the another order in which it was mentioned that the husband is entitled for the maintenance of the wife after the iddat period, but he will have to arrange all the money during her iddat period only. In 2010, again one case came, that was the Shabana Bano versus Imran Khan, and in this case the Supreme Court held that the section 125 of the CRPC would be applicable to a divorced Muslim woman for the purpose of claiming maintenance against her husband even after the expiry of the iddat period, as so long as she does not remarry. So this was the final judgment regarding the maintenance of the divorced woman. Now, if we will talk about the maintenance of a widow woman, then a widow woman is not entitled to obtain maintenance from the property of her deceased husband, because her rights of inheritance supervenes. So, as long as they are married and joined, then they have the right of inheritance on each other's property. But after the death of any partner, they don't have the right of inheritance in each other's property, not even in the case of the divorce. So this was all about the maintenance of a wife under the Muslim law. I have mentioned all the three aspects in which the women are entitled for the maintenance and how they can get the maintenance from their husband. I hope this must have given you some of the knowledge. That's it for the day. Thank you so much, all of you.